Hey y'all, welcome back to the 5 Minutes or Less Daily Marketing Podcast. I'm Jacob Smith, here again with Corey Behrens, pro videographer and owner of Simplistic Views. What's good, Corey?
Hey, you know what? I'm just living right now.
Oh my gosh, same here. We've had Corey on before to talk about videography, and today specifically we want to talk about what it's like to work with a professional videographer. So Corey's actually done some work for me in the past for my startup Pastime U, and with that, we worked on a videography project together. So, Corey, I was hoping you could explain your process for working on our Pastime U videography project and just give people a taste of what it's like to work with a pro videographer.
Well, yeah, when we were working with Jacob Smith on his Pastime U, we went through the storyboarding process. Initially, we had to make sure that we had a clear goal, and that goal was to create a pitch video to be accepted into one of the top pitch competitions in the United States, which they ended up getting into. So I told Jacob and said the video was probably the reason why. But yeah, so we worked through that. We worked through the storyboarding process. We were able to understand what the actual goal was, and we put together a production schedule to make sure that everything was getting done on time or even early, to make sure that no hiccups went along with our process.
So I guess my question then, Corey, is since you've done projects for lots of different types of clients, and all of them have asked for something a little different, but your process is overall kind of the same, what should businesses know before working with a professional videographer like you?
So for businesses, you need to understand where you're at the time. Sometimes you actually don't need a professional videographer, and you can just get away with using your cell phone to take pictures or videos, which are very effective on social media. But if you're looking for something that's a little more professional, a little more clean cut, there are different tiers of professional videography, and you can find those people on places like Upwork.com, or even searching videographers near me on Google. And so what you're really looking for is to be able to understand, who in your area is a videographer, and do they align with your values, or do you have similar interests, or do they work in the same industry? For example, with Simplistic Views, sometimes I work with craft breweries to talk about their story and stuff like that. So a brewery, if you're a brewery and you search videographers near me, they're more inclined to work with me because I have a portfolio online that serves the purpose of showing what I have to offer to breweries in terms of video production.
So Corey, say I'm a business that's looking for a videographer and I'm reaching out to you. What do you need to get started and pull a proposal together?
Yeah, so if you're a client or if you're a business and you're reaching out to me, there's a few things that I actually do need. I need to understand who you are and what your goals in this whole production is. So I want to make sure that we're hitting the mark in terms of, what's our goal, what's our objective goal going to be, what formats this is going to be. So is this going to be primarily on Facebook? Is this going to be on social media or on Instagram, Twitter, or is this going to be even in a newsletter? We want to make sure that we have those formats understood. And then another thing, I do need to know your budget. So, what are you looking to spend for this project? And then I can kind of put those things together into a formula and say hey, here's what I think here's what I interpret your request for proposal is, and this is what I can offer you.
Sweet. So we're running out of time, but if you want to do a quick 15-second plug.
I think it's where media meets minimalism, or where minimalism meets media. Thanks for having me on the podcast, man. I appreciate it. If you're out there, you want to look me up. I'm at Iowa Bears on Instagram. That's Iowa and then BEHRS. And then you can look me up on my website, simplisticviews.com. And our whole goal is to implement minimalism into media. So making things easier to understand for people.
Awesome, man. Super happy to have you again. That's all the time we have for today, but if you have any questions, comments, topic suggestions, leave them in the comments section below. And as always, until next time, peace. All right, y'all, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you for sticking with us and tuning in. Real quick, if you liked today's episode, we'd love it if you sub to the podcast wherever you're listening to it, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. To get in touch with us and find more content, you can visit our website, which is nestled right there in the show notes. Have a great day, y'all. And as always, good luck and good marketing.